So in that sense, were you surprised to see people who didn't have the right experience on the mountain?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. Yeah, there were some people who didn't even know how to abseil, so I was like, yeah.
And abseiling is...
It's basic, 6-year kid will do that. But I was pretty confident that as long as I keep moving my fingers and my toes, even though you are static, you could mitigate the cold. But the concerns were obviously there. It took me twice as long as it would have normally took me, 100%. That picture was taken when we returned from the summit. And the funny old thing was, there was a bit of an argument when I took the pictures, because people who are coming up wanted to go first, and people who are summited wanted to go down too as well. So I stayed there and I did a bit of trafficking for probably like hour and a half. I was managing that before I
stood on the mountain for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and managing that traffic for a bit. Yeah. So yeah, but because without doing that, somebody had to take the lead, because if you don't manage that, everybody gonna get stuck. So normally, from the South Col to the summit, it takes me, like roughly 4.5 hours. But it took me almost 9 hours to get to the summit. So yeah, the biggest thing is you are on oxygen at the death zone. You are used to it. But then when you suddenly stop the oxygen, there's no acclimatization. There's no gap. It's a big vacuum, and people just collapse. People just start.
It sounds like you're an experienced climber, but you don't think that this is an elite kind of sport that you want other people to experience it.
Yeah, it was overcrowded, but hey, for me, I have always said this. It's the nature. The nature is for everybody else. You cannot just say it's for the rich, it's for the poor.
So you're a very experienced climber. Do you think there should be a minimum requirement for how many meters you've climbed before you get the chance to go on Everest?
I think, for me, I don't know about others, like I acclimatize super quick, and I have climbed 8,000 meter mountains in 14 days without prior acclimatization. I've done it, but I never just went from like 0 to hero. I did 6,000 meters, recognized how my body would feel. I then did 7,000 meters, knew how my body would react at that altitude, and did 8,000 meters. And after that, I just went on Everest. And I think if people just follow that simple procedure about knowing your body at certain altitude and how it reacts, I think there is a solution, I guess. But there will be people who just like do, one mountain and just up to the Everest. So I think that's a bit of no-go, I guess.